These are 33 facts about One Piece that you probably didn't know. Did you know that Sanji didn't used to be called Sanji? His name was actually Naruto originally. However, Eiichiro Oda decided to change the name after he learned about the newly created series Naruto, featuring the main character Naruto Uzumaki. This is only one of the 33 crazy facts about One Piece. Later on in the video, we'll talk about some even crazier facts, so stick around. By the way, Naruto is a type of cured fish surimi produced in Japan, fitting for the one character with swirly eyebrows. Zoro was initially meant to be a part of the Buggy Pirates. Oda had originally planned for Zoro to be Buggy the Clown's bodyguard. Can you imagine how different One Piece would have been? On the note of things that Oda had originally planned, he had decided that the story of One Piece would end within 5 years, with the main antagonists being the Emperors, but his plans would be extended mostly due to his creation of the Warlords of the Sea. This has also resulted in One Piece being the longest running manga series because of its popularity and support from its fans. From 1997 to 2014, around 321 million manga copies of One Piece were sold. A fact that many people are unaware of is that Nico Olivia, Nico Robin's mom, was the archaeologist for the Roger Pirates. This is why Roger was able to leave a message on a poneglyph at Sky Island, even though he wasn't even able to read it. There were numerous battle scenes in One Piece where Luffy defeats the enemy. Some fights are quite brutal. However, Luffy has not killed a single character in One Piece. Every character confronted by Luffy is still alive, and some are out for revenge. Every devil fruit is covered in a swirly design. This is done to distinguish them from other fruits. We know that Oda is a great artist, but Luffy might be even greater than him. Luffy once made a weird sketch of a shipwright that shares striking similarities to Frankie before Frankie was even introduced to the story. Big Mom had 43 husbands, 46 sons, and 39 daughters, even though 2 of her sons, Moscato and Opera, appeared to have died at her hands. She's been giving birth for 42 years straight. No wonder Oda-sensei named her Big Mom. Ace is the only known pirate to reject the position of a Shichibukai, and has also had the biggest known bounty at the time of his death of 550 million berries. Luffy's X-shaped scar on his chest came during the Marineford arc when Akainu gravely injured both Luffy and Jinbei. This X has been on his chest ever since the time skip and is clearly here to stay for the rest of the series. However, did you know that Oda hinted that Luffy would get an injury like this far before Marineford? Back in episode 223 of the anime, Zoro ended up attacking Luffy against his will. Luffy got slashed by Zoro across the chest in an X shape. This injury healed, but it wasn't long before Luffy got a permanent scar in the exact same shape. This was a clue that very few people realized until later. Like in every ongoing story, key plot points and character changes happen early on. In the case of One Piece, a number of characters are illustrated in ways that are very different from how they look in the end. For instance, the adorable Tony Chopper figure was first depicted with a sword and a more realistic-looking reindeer aspect. Other characters with varied origins include a more mechanized Nami wielding a huge battle axe, and Zoro, as mentioned previously, was a part of the Buggy Pirates. Did you know that a large amount of pirates in One Piece have gotten inspiration from real-life pirates? For instance, Blackbeard is inspired by Edward Teach, and Kuma by Bartholomew Roberts. Also, notable female pirates can be connected to the characters Captain Alvida, 5th century pirate Alwida, and Captain Jewelry Bonnie, Irish pirate Anne Bonny. The real-life pirate Edward Teach is the inspiration for Blackbeard, but he's also connected to Blackbeard's rival Whitebeard. Edward Teach has the first name of Whitebeard, Edward, and the surname of Blackbeard, Teach. Do you remember when Whitebeard got half of his mustache chopped off by Akainu? Well, in the manga, what actually happened was way worse. In the manga, Whitebeard got a portion of his head melted off by Akainu instead of just his mustache. The fact that he's still able to fight after that proves how strong of a pirate Whitebeard was. Whitebeard and Ace's death sent ripples throughout the world of One Piece and its fandom. In the manga and anime, the father and son pirates were buried next to each other with their graves decorated with their personal possessions. But did you know that this location has been recreated in Japan? I'd like to visit one day. Similar to blood and excessive violence like the Whitebeard vs. Akainu scene, rude gestures like raising the middle finger are also never shown in the anime. In the manga, sometimes Law raises his middle finger, while in the anime, that gesture is removed by changing his middle finger to his index finger. At the end of the Impel Down arc, Bon Clay is seen sacrificing themselves to save Luffy and the other escapees from Impel Down prison. Many thought Bon Clay died, however, this isn't the case. In the manga, Bon Clay actually survived their fight against Magellan and managed to escape to level 5.5 of Impel Down, where they became the queen. Usopp and Robin are the ones that give the rest of the Straw Hats haircuts. The Sun God Nika was only briefly hinted at during the Skypiea storyline, long before we ever saw him in Wano. For a brief period, while dancing, Luffy resembled the image of the Sun God Nika that was shown to us during the battle between Who's Who and Jinbei. These two moments are nearly 800 chapters apart from each other. When I was searching for secrets and facts, I noticed that a lot of locations in One Piece that resembled places in real life apart from the ones I mentioned in my previous video. For instance, Amazon Lily is inspired by the Hanging Temple in China and Marigyos by this location in France. The most recent location is Wano, which has very heavy influence from Edo period Japan. In the One Piece anime, Garp stated that he has eaten 842 donuts without sleeping or taking a break because he was trying to beat a world record. Who do you think holds the record? Usopp's birthday is on April 1st, which coincidentally is an April Fool's Day. This day is perfect for Usopp considering how good he is at lying. The Marine Fleet Admiral Akainu is known to have the Devil Fruit with the strongest defensive abilities. Oda has even stated that if Akainu was the protagonist of the show, One Piece would end within only a year, which is crazy to think about. Fun fact, did you know that Usopp's nose is slightly longer than Kaku's? Moving on, did you know that the Ope Ope no Mi, Trafalgar's Law Devil Fruit, is so special that the world government is willing to pay a hefty amount of 5 billion berries to get their hands on it? One of his fruit's abilities make it so that the person can give someone else immortality at the cost of the user's life. Having this in mind, the price tag seems more reasonable. The two girls, Mozu and Kiwi, also known as the Square Sisters due to their hairstyle, are not actually twins, which a lot of people seem to think. They have birthdays on different days. They do look very alike though. Oda has revealed to us in an interview that there'd be a character with an eye patch in the final arc of One Piece. Oda has also said that if he were to choose a devil fruit he could have in real life, he would choose Robin's fruit. Do you know why? Well, his reason was that it would allow him to draw faster. He also stated that he gets about 4 hours of sleep every night. Although One Piece movies for the most part are filler, in One Piece film Z, Kuzan is shown having lost one of his legs, as well as having received severe burn scars on his body after his fight against Akainu. This is most likely canon. I find it hard to imagine they'd give him such drastic changes just for the movie. The Going Mary's funeral had me in tears. Do you know who else also started crying during Mary's funeral other than the Straw Hats? That's right, Oda. I guess even the creator can cry at his own drawings. You probably know that Luffy's favorite food is all types of meats, but do you know the rest of the Straw Hats' favorite meals? Brooks is takoyaki curry, Frankie loves hamburgers and french fries, Robin's is sandwiches, Chopper's is cotton candy, Sanji's is spicy seafood pasta, Usopp's is pike from the Autumn Island, Nami's is tangerines, and lastly, Zoro's is white rice. Now this next fact might surprise you, so get ready. We still don't know what Luffy's actual dream is. You might think becoming the Pirate King is his dream, but that's only a stepping stone to achieving his actual dream. Everyone Luffy has told his dream to has burst out laughing. All we know is that his dream is the exact same as Goldie Roger's dream. What do you think it is? Check out this video where I explain the 21 secret Easter eggs in One Piece.